What's up, friend, and welcome back to another Spiderman or Through the Omen Path standard video. So, if you know me, you know I like keeping tabs on the standard meta, seeing what's going on, if there's any developments, and this also involves having a look at the best of one meta on MTG Arena. Now, I'm a best of 3 player, but best of 1 always brings some spice, and sometimes I do try to see if these best of 1 decks can convert its way to best of 3 as well, and if they hold up. But when I was browsing the highest win rate deck list in Mythic, I was shocked to see Insidious Roots, 4-color Insidious Roots, as the highest win rate deck with 790 matches, 62.5% win rate, followed up by Jeskai Artifacts, 570 matches, 58.7. So that is a really incredible statistics for a deck that I thought completely died out. Like the second Tyvar rotated out of standard, I thought the deck was done for, but apparently not. Insidious Roots is still thriving in best of 1, and I need to figure out if, if that's true. I mean, the numbers don't lie, of course, but I do want to see how the deck plays out for myself, especially without Tyvar, and maybe there's a world in which we can turn this best of 1 deck into a best of 3 deck list as well. If you guys wanted to see that, let me know in the comments. So yeah, an interesting deck, 4-color Insidious Roots. There's a lot of fixing in here. This is kind of how you can afford to play 4 colors, because you have cards like Gene Pollinator and Moltender. Both of them are 1-drops. Both of them allow you to tap them for 1 mana of any color, so that really allows you to play whatever spells you need. Now, of course, Insidious Roots is the start of the show, and a little bit of a refresher. 2 mana enchantment, creature tokens you control have tap at 1 mana of any color. Whenever 1 or more creature cards leave your graveyard, you create a 0/1 green plant creature token, and then you put a 1/1 counter on each plant you control. So it's all about exiling cards out of your graveyard, or putting cards out of your graveyard back into your hand, and then you can create a ton of plant tokens that are going to take over the battlefield and deal a ton of damage, or ramp you up further. And one of the cooler cards in this deck is Ashlizzlle Reclaimer. So there's a lot of self-mill opportunities in here. Of course, people are also playing a ton of removal. Ashlizzlle Reclaimer is a really cool card to bring the Insidious Roots back from the graveyard to the battlefield. It's always one of the bigger things, like if you use cards like Dredger's Insight to mill yourself, or something like Moltender to mill yourself. But you'll even have access to Awaken the Honored Dead. This is kind of the reason why the deck is in blue. You mill 3 cards, you destroy a target non-land permanent with the first chapter, and the third chapter allows you to bring a creature card back from the graveyard to your hand, which is an Insidious Roots trigger. If you end up milling that Insidious Roots, you gotta find a way to bring it back out. And the Ashlizzlle Reclaimer is a really creative way to do that, so I thought that was really neat. One of the few new cards that it's playing too, 1 copy of a Demi of the Silk Shoots, has an activated ability for 1 mana where you can make a Demi, sacrifice a Demi, and creatures you control gain hexproof and indestructible. It's a little bit of protection against like board wipes. One of the cooler things is that this deck is still playing Agatha's Soul Cauldron, which is the card that copies activated abilities and gives them the creatures of 1/1 counters. So if a Demi is in the graveyard and you exile it with the Cauldron, you can also make all your other creatures of 1/1 counters be sacrificed to give indestructible, which is great against board wipes and all that stuff. It's also why the deck's playing Scavenging Ooze. Exile cards out of your graveyard means Insidious Roots triggers. One of the cooler things about Ooze is, of course, you can hit the opponent's graveyard as well, and that's a great strategy against Reanimator decks. But if you put a Scavenging Ooze under the Soul Cauldron, then you will always have a Scavenging Ooze on the battlefield, which means a lot of Insidious Roots triggers, which is really nice. Now, with all that exiling that's going on in the deck, this deck is playing white for Ketramos too. 3 mana 4/4 and Menace, Lifelink, and Indestructible. Ketramos can attack or block unless there are 7 or more cards in exile. Whenever 1 or more cards are put into exile from graveyards and or the battlefield during your turn, you draw a card, you lose 1 life. I'm a big fan of Ketramos in these Roots deck lists. It's just a great source of card advantage, and eventually 4/4 and Indestructible blocker with Lifelink is also really awesome. But Ketramos is really just a great way for us to not run out of cards. So that's kind of what we're looking at. We see a really strong splash of white for these like cool cards that synergize with the Roots. A little bit of blue in there for Awaken the Honored Dead, just a solid piece of removal, and hopefully brings you back some cards from the graveyard. And then the Ashlizzlle Reclaimer is just really like a great piece in a deck like this. So let's check it out in best of 1, see if the deck is as good as they're making it out to be. The highest win rate deck list, best of 1 standard. So let's check it out. 4-color Insidious Roots. The Fairy Avatar, I'm sweating. 1-lander. Classic. But is it a keepable 1-lander? Let's think about it. You have Pollinator and a Moltender and a Maverick. I mean, that kind of cooks though. I'm doing that. That's the risk you take. Like, we could have Surveil 2 on top of, like, you know, good vibes. I'm believing. It's Insidious Roots. Like, this is not out of the ordinary. And we're good to go. The 180 in music. A vibe. Alright. Into, what are we gonna set up here? Moltendi's Overlord, probably? Yeah. Stacy, thank you for the 8. What are we looking for here? I see a Ketra. Moltendies. Thank you so much, Stacy. 8 months. Appreciate you. All right. Okay. Another land. We're just cracked like that. Try to set up Ketra here. See what comes out of that. Tapping this. I think Ketra is def countered here. Yeah. However, I can pay. Boom. Nice try, Demir. Nice try. You're not going to stop our Ketra moose. Ketra moose. Gonna try and set this up, see what happens. Gagged. Gagged him real good. Disruptive Stormbrood. Ketra is whenever one of our cards is an exile from the graveyard. Okay. Guess I'm just gonna play a Rubble Belt Maverick. Draw a card, set up the value. Another one of those. Well, the second Kaito comes down, it's gonna have a bad time, that's for sure. We're ready for it. Give me that shit! How do we get shit back though? We have Molt Tender. Because we gotta make sure we get those triggers, you know. I think I'm cool with this. I think I'm cool with this. Ketra's just laying there vibing. Let Ketra vibe challenge. This Teferi avatar is so cool though. I like Teferi as a character, not as a card. Oh shit. I was like, is that gonna remove Ketra? Oh. Alright, well, I guess I'll just fucking cry myself to sleep right now. What the fuck do you mean? Bruh! That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. Chat, that's fucked up. Damn. I gotta find ways to, like, start exiling. You know? Rude AF. I think Awaken on nowhere to run? Like, it feels kinda... But I can get that started. I need lands and stuff more. Either way, I think maybe I'll just try Awaken here. See what comes out of that. Yeah, we should be able to outgrind them. I just need to set up ways to exile my yard for Ketra and for Roots, so that's really just a priority right now. I gotta find a way to set it up, but at some point the Overlords are gonna transform. That'll be good value. Like, we're working towards the, you know, towards the future here with the board, so we'll get somewhere. All right, very nice, very nice. Now we can set up some Roots synergy here. If this doesn't get countered. I still don't really know what my opponent's playing outside of Dimir. Just Dimir control, though? Is that really what's going on here? Mainboard negates, yeah. Anyway, Awaken can get me Roots back, so we'll see. Mill would kind of suck. Mill would kind of suck, chat, for real, like... Okay, Tashana. Mill would have, like, suck like crazy. Pray for me. Mainboard anything, yeah. Expect the unexpected. I do know best of one players love a good mill pile. Discarding this, getting myself my Roots back. Wait, I can't, it's just creatures, right? Never mind. Not that good, are you? Ketra. See if this diva wants to stick. All right. That's 3 cards. Exile a land, I guess. It's fine. Get the Ketra trigger. Where the fuck meet Insidious Roots? Bring her back to me now. Okay, that worked. I wasn't expecting to have that work, but 7 or more with Ketra? Okay. Surely. It's a grind, but I mean, surely. Alright. Dusty recognized that we were going to go into the late game and we were going to win it. Get that started. Okay, I like the vibes. Love myself a pollinator. Your 1-win bet's looking dicey. I mean, hey, we try our best, you know? Going in for the kill. Jean slaps. Jean Pollinator, such a good card. Nobody doing it like Jean. Alright, let's get our late game value running. Yeah, I mean, I'm Moltender with Ketra is kind of cute, I guess. Well, for 19 lands, we sure as hell are pretty good at finding our lands. Simic Cookies? Nah, Simic aggro, probably. Bro's name is Jean. Yeah, that's Jean. That's Jean. Put some respect on it. You know? We love Jean. Miner. That kind of needs to be dealt with. Ooh, Halia. Spicy card. I can get behind setup Halia, setup Moltender, I guess. Okay. Jean, locking in. I mean, seriously, like, the fixing in this deck is so good. Like, you can literally make it 5 colors if that's what you want to. Jean, Moltender, like, starting towns. Crazy how good the mana can be in standard sometimes. Alright, Jean, lock in. It's crazy how good it can be sometimes. Elias, Def getting shut down. No blocks. Alright, number 1 problem, Roboroid. Ooh, Squeeze is nice. Let's have that. Halia just value. Yeah, Halia is just value. So Ketra only draws on our turn. Feel like we just gotta lock in to get that value, right? Oh, Rubble. Rubble's kind of cute too. Let's do Rubble first. Yeah, Beastbinder fucking sucks. Like, that card needs to go. This is a good draw. Beastbinder needs to go, because Beastbinder's gonna shut down everything. That card has to exit the battlefield real quick. Working towards that. The heli? What the fuck are they conceding for? Hello? Alright. Alright. Scout the city. Mills your cards. May put a burner card among them into your hand. Gain 3. For a dark creature with flying. What card dark creature is flying to? Anyway. So, this hand is kind of odd because, well, first of all, we're on the draw. Second of all, it's slow as fuck. And we don't have white. We got a mole. We gotta get the genes. Mole Tendy. I like this better. I like this better. Like, I don't think we can exist without rem pieces. That's a really cute sleeve. I'm worried about removal, though. How's a new Pokemon? I love it. We're gonna play some more later, I think. Maybe in like 2 hours or something. I love it. I am trying to not play the story unless it's on stream so that you guys can keep track of with my story. No blocks. I need lands. Thank you, universe! Oh, I need that roots. And mill. Set up another mole tendies, I guess. Okay. Be surprised how much removal white has. Yeah. White's in a pretty good spot with the seam rips, sheltered by ghost, get lost. All really nice. Well, I'm not really interested in getting board wiped or counterspelled, sorry. Yeah. I had a feeling that was gonna happen. I'm gonna have to use some old tenders to fill up my graveyard a little bit. This is Aura's, I believe so. Gotta make some plans real quick. Of course, too late. Mill. Mill. That's another counter, then I'm gonna have a really bad time. Fuck, dude. Their hand was flawless, man. I'm sorry, gamers. No, double scavenger, double counter on the play with ethereal armor and storm chaser, and we're stuck on 2 lands. That's really bad, you guys. I can't beat that. No, it's just really painful in the draw, especially, right? Like, we're trying to develop our board and we're just failing. Perfect combination of pressure and tempo and disruption. It's just GG, I think, you guys. I don't think I get out of here. Everything taps me out. I can't play anything out. I just be chumping. I think it's GG. Alright, 2-1. Alright, continuing. Maverick. We have all the colors we need. It's kind of tempting. I may try. Ooh. Intimidation tactics. Anyway, that's my favorite Brawl commander on MTG Arena, probably. Rankle. My goat. Alright, just got rid of my turn 1 play. That's fair. Mono black, maybe? The Terminus! It's definitely mono black. Good start, dude. Good start. Good fucking start, man. Play draw is just so huge in best of one always, it feels like. Roots, that's not bad. I'm gonna have to remove the slasher here. Okay. Lot letter. Would have almost died there. My mana's awkward. Alright, we're gonna go Roots, and then Ashlizzlle can bring back Awaken, I guess. The last card, NX. Yeah, probably. It's okay, we got this. We have a Awaken. You can see the song in the bottom right of the stream as well. Ooh, blood letters mean. Blood letters Angie. Yuri, oh, yeah. I love that card. I love that card. Let's get the Awaken back, get rid of the blood letter right there. And I could pay 2 for Overlord. I mean, I don't hope I'm not killing myself. We'll see. Alright, ooh's worth it anytime, any day. Banger. Song makes me excited for a new Vampire the Masquerade coming up. Yes, we will be playing. The Scoos! Yep, we're gonna... What was that good for? The Ashlizzle slasher. It's coming in. Just gonna block it like this. It says something about the mana standard of the Sally Reclaimer bringing back Awaken is a possible play. It's true. It's true. This deck is crazy with the mana. This deck's crazy with it. Shocking, honestly. Shocking. Black 40 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Keep up the streams. I always will. Not Spiderman can make me leave. Nothing can. We're here to stay. Can't get rid of me that easy. Let's do Halia. To Ooze. You might have Judith's underwhelming commander, which is unfortunate because she's hot. Good point. Good point. Good point for real. Alright, let's get this going. Opponent, you can press priority. You're not gonna die. Get my value though. Getting my value, hold on. More tendies. Alright, looking pretty cute here, guys. Hardly, yeah, definitely does add some survivability to the deck, you know? We're getting a good game. All right, we'll take it, guys. 1-0. Okay, here we go. Another one. Mono red aggro. Probably. Let me do a vibe check. There's a pause. All right, we're gonna start with Rubble Belt then. That pass is the burst lightning check. Are we playing best of one? Because this Insidious Roots deck has the highest win rate there, and I want to see what's up. Basically. I may as well play it in the environment where it thrives the most, right? Maybe it was... bump? No. Pretty sure it's still burst. Oh, Jean. Jean? Okay. Graveyard-based stuff dominates. Well, I think one of the cooler things about this deck, of course, is that you also have access to good graveyard, like, disruption, so... Probably adds to it. Maybe I'll try this out. I mean, I don't want to help them with Delirium, but I do have Ooze that I'm going to set up at some point. Try and do something, and I want to fill up my own graveyard and stuff, so, you know. Right, there you go. That was the Burst Lightning. I'll hold back here with Maverick. We gotta buy ourselves some time. Okay. Ooh, the Pollinator's being hated on. I already have all colors I need anyway, so it's okay. Insidious Roots. New Pollinator. Okay. Alright. This person has a strong hatred for Gene Pollinator. The hell did Gene do to him? We'll never know. Rip Gene. This is Rule Burn. No, it's Delirium for sure. The Lulu. We're pretty good against that, I think. Yeah, like, we're just, with all the Scavenging Oozes and stuff, graveyard decks are kind of going to struggle, so that's really nice. We've gotten Pollinator back for to bait more removal. Oh, what the fuck? Trailblazer. I don't know what that's about. I wonder if 1, 2, 3... How much power does that add to the battlefield? I don't know. Like, every exile adds 3 power, right? I think I'm just gonna cook. Okay. Worked out. Sure. See, that's how fast it can be, guys. It doesn't have to be a 20-minute long struggle. 3-0. This is not good enough. Just a bit better. Seamrip is kind of greed, but it may be okay if I have Storm Brutus back up. Try. It's kind of greedy, but I think it will work out. Going here for the 4-0 on the prediction. Little old dredgers in sight. Could also set up Overlord of the Bilmerk. Start taking that up. But I see a mountain, so I kind of want to go dredgers, start gaining some life. That's fine. I'm gonna mill card though. Shock. But at least it's a cool one. Overlord. I see a Roots, so we just need a Stelly, but my mana right now is not a Stelly friendly at all, so gotta work on that. That's a little better. Can always get Moltendies back. Ketra? Well, Ketra's kind of awkward because, yeah, we don't really have many things in exile right now, so we gotta work towards that first. I think the opponent's sitting on another Lightning Strike. I think this Moltender's gonna get killed again. Right. Lightning Strike and Shock, sure. Yo, what the fuck? Mace Mine Tome? Is this big red? Huh? Is this big red? I think it is. Damn. Big red Eugene. Would be a vibe, would be a vibe. Red control, yeah, it could be. Big red Eugene, that would be so sick. Beast Mine Tome, draw a card. Imagine choosing these as your basic mountain of choice. That does not look like... I don't know, it's too green, it's too green. No shade, though. Alright, let's go. A Stelly Reclaimer. Warping that. Virtue of Courage? Maybe it's like a weird burn deck after all. Anyway, bringing back Insidious Roots, and let's get the trigger. Cooking. How do you know if you're a victim of RNG or just a big dumb idiot? That depends. Do you feel like you can play your deck? Like, a lot of giveaways to losing to RNG is, you know, being incapable of curving out. Monument to Endurance, holy shit. I think I do have to respect that here. I will respect Monument. I can also respect Artist Talent, because without Artist Talent, they don't really get much Monument value. Ooh, which one do I hit? This is really hard. Like, Artist Talent can fix a lot of their draws, but Monuments... I kind of want to say Artist Talent. It's really difficult. Depends on how their deck is built and stuff. I'm gonna go Artist Talent, actually. Yeah, but I don't think they have many discard opportunities without Artist Talent, so... I think Artist Talent alone can still fix their hand, right? Like, an Artist Talent will help you get closer to a new Monument. Whereas, like, if you don't have any way to discard, your Monument's not going to get value, like... And it's mono red. If there was blue in here, maybe it would be a different story. I don't know. I think we're making the right choice. I think we're making the right choice, y'all. I think my logic makes sense. Play a few hours, you exactly suck at 50%, mono black green stompy. Sometimes it happens, right? Like, be the best player in the world and be stuck at a 50% sometimes, or even like worse than that, so. Nexus 3 fire magic. It's not really gonna do shit for him. Nah, not even that. Like, a game like Magic, right? Like, the more games you play... 2 damage to each creature. That is an odd one to go with. Let's see. I'll bite. Sure. One plant is gone. And what are you going to do with the burst? Because I'm not done yet. I have 2 more exiles. Yeah, exactly, Loki. Exactly. We all have bad days, you know? Sure. And eventually, the more games you play, the less, like, you know, the more you give yourself the opportunity to not be super affected by, like, shitty RNG, and eventually that should result into an environment where your skill shines above RNG, and then, you know, you'll have a positive win rate over the long run. All right, GG.